So one of the major differences between our system and any of our competitors is the fact that we're a horizontal furnace system as opposed to a vertical furnace system. So we push the sample into the furnace and pull it out, whereas our competition drop the sample into the furnace and then drop the next sample on top of that and the next sample on top of that after it's combusted. Why is that an advantage? Well, firstly, you don't really want to be burning your samples on top of the residue of old samples. You've got the potential for memory effects, interference effects, and general change in the flow conditions. And most vertical systems tend to be dynamic systems, which means there's a constant flow going through the system. Well, that flow actually affects the detectors. So you've got to keep it constant. And if you start changing the flow, it just means you'll get drift on your calibration factors and your results in general. Whereas on our system, our system is known as a static combustion system. So we don't have constant flow through the system. And when we push the sample into the furnace, it's in a pure oxygen environment, as opposed to vertical systems tend to inject a plug of oxygen into the system, and it's timed to meet up with the sample. So if you miss that plug of oxygen, you potentially have a problem. So we don't see those problems, which generally relates to the fact that we get better precision and accuracy than our competitors. On top of that, our system is a bit easier to run liquids and oil samples. From a practical point of view, the same capsule is used for all sample types, with the exception of maybe high temperature carbide samples that need special conditions to run them, or carbon in steel, things like that. Then we'd use ceramic capsules. But the vast bulk of samples run in our system are run in tin capsules. So going back to the original question, horizontal versus vertical, I'd say the key difference is accuracy and precision. And that's always our goal. We want to give the most accurate data across the widest range of samples, and we think that we have an advantage over our competitors on that.